Hey, it's Mike Evans from SKILLZ of Patchogue. So this is Fun Week. I do apologize, it's a little crazy in here. We've got some mess, we've got some kids playing, so you may hear some noise. Fun Week is the final week of our testing cycle, and it's one of the least structured events of our entire year. But it's one of the most potent when it comes to teaching valuable lessons to the kids. They've been studying really hard for the past 12 weeks, and it's time to let them have a little mental break, but also to put those lessons to work. And let me tell you why that's important. There are a lot of activities that are available to children these days that will help them build confidence. And in fact, confidence is one of the biggest requests that we have from parents who bring their children to SKILLZ of Patchogue. They want us to help bring the kids out of their shell, help them with strangers, help them try new things, and just overall be more confident. The unique thing about SKILLZ is that confidence isn't just a result of things that we do and it just kind of happens. It's designed mindfully into our programs. And there are 5 main ways that we attempt to influence a child's sense of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a really big fancy phrase for the child's ability to believe in themselves, to believe that they can accomplish a task or that they can acquire the tools necessary to accomplish those tasks. So in all of our classes, including Crazy Fun Week, we are working on 5 main areas. And the cool thing is that we as coaches, teachers, and parents, I'm a parent as well, we can influence our kids very proactively in each of these areas to help them be more confident. So here's the first one. We're working on their performance experience. And what that means is, what have they done before? What activities have they done in class? Have they done something similar to the game, drill, or activity that we're doing? And can we as coaches remind them of those things? So when it's time to go in and play a new game or try a new activity, and they have a little hesitancy, we can remind them of times when they faced a similar challenge that they overcame somehow. So their physical performance experience plays into their feelings of self-efficacy. The second is vicarious experience. Vicarious is a big word that means like through somebody else, like to live vicariously. So vicarious experience is really powerful, especially for the younger kids, because they have so many mirror neurons in their brain that respond and react to what's seen, observed, felt, smelt from their peers and mentors. And what that means is a child can look at a situation where maybe an instructor is going through something that we've asked the child to do, and can then say, well, if the instructor can face this challenge, then I can face this challenge too. Or if my friend little Joey can face this challenge, then maybe I can do this too. It's one of the reasons Fun Week is so powerful, because the students get a chance to interact with their instructors, see them actually fail, and then learn how to move past the failure to see it just as a learning opportunity. So number 2 is vicarious experience. The third one is social persuasion, and this includes everything from the comforting embrace of a parent who's providing a safe space, to the encouragement of an instructor's pep talk, to somebody's peers egging them on. Now, hopefully this is in very positive ways, and what we want to do is provide an environment where the child knows that not only should they believe in themselves, but we believe in them. They put a lot of faith and trust in their peers and in their role models. So if we can rally behind them and provide that social persuasion, they're more likely to take the chance. On a side note, this is why when a new child, particularly the younger kids, come into our programs, very often they'll hide behind mommy or daddy's leg. And sometimes to help encourage them, mommy or daddy will push them out onto the training floor and say, stop being shy, stop hiding behind me, go out there and be brave. And that's well-intentioned, but also often counterproductive, because the child is more likely to go out and be brave if we give them that time behind us where they can observe and take it all in and absorb it and make that decision to step out. That is part of social persuasion. The third is their physical and emotional, I'm sorry, this is the fourth. The fourth is their physical and emotional state. We know from research by psychologists such as Maslow that a child's most base needs need to be met before they can get out there and try to learn or do any of these higher processes. So within the environment of Fun Week, it's fun, charged with positive emotion, lots of oxytocin, endorphins, all these positive neurotransmitters, these great experiential learning processes are going on. The child is more likely to be able to take in and absorb all this information. If they're tired, just woke up from a nap before they came to class, hungry and cranky, they're just not feeling well that day. We as adults recognize that we can wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Kids have those days too, and we need to let them. It's part of being human. So learning how to adapt and overcome those challenges is also important lessons. So all of their physical and emotional states, while we can encourage them, a lot of it is internalized or even intellectualized. This really contributes to confidence. Now that said, if people can have good days and bad days, that means that you can have days where you are more confident and days when you are less confident. So we don't want to define it just by a single incidence of my child wouldn't try or my child had a challenge. We want to look overall at that child's development. And finally, the fifth way that we work to influence a child's sense of self-efficacy, their confidence, is through imaginal experience. So that word imaginal, it sounds like imaginary, imagination, and that's a large part of it. It has to do with taking all of these other factors, how they feel, what they've been told, what they've done in the past, what they've seen their peers do. And now they put it all together and imagine what will happen if they try. Now, we want that imagination to be very positive because we know from psychological research and neuroscience that when we believe in a thing, it's more likely to become true. It's the reticular activating system in your brain. It looks for ways to make your thoughts come true. This is why things like positive affirmations work so well. So a child's imaginal experience is very powerful to them. In some cases, it is so powerful that it almost feels real. And when it feels real, it can affect the real world. That said, we can encourage kids to have more confidence by guiding those visualizations that they're having, by helping them remember a time that they overcame the challenge, by remembering a time or watching how little Johnny, their best friend, did it, by reminding them that we are always here for them and that even if it doesn't work, I'm still going to be their friend and I'm going to help them find a way that it does. And by helping them using certain emotional cues, helping them remember a time when they felt empowered so that they can bring all of these things into a very realistic mental visualization. When I have all 5 of these factors in place, humming along and purring, that child is going to have a very powerful sense that they are efficacious, that they have self-efficacy, and that they should believe in themselves. When they believe it, they can be it. And that's really what we want to provide through our classes and through our parenting and coaching experiences. So if you have questions about this or ideas of how you implement it in your parenting or teaching, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to interact, learn more, and maybe provide some tips to help you bring these 5 different categories home so that you can help your child feel more confident. You can put it right down in their comments below and we'll keep an eye on it.